you ask. Wonder what they're doing in T-Town right now? Not this. It's South Alabama's #1 podcast, Drive Time with DJ and KJ.
Good Monday morning. Time to do it again. Welcome to Drive Time, the best worst show ever. Good morning, Hot Rod. See Weasel's in. Good morning to you, sir. Sherry Weaver, good morning. O'Clack, good morning, my man. Raj Palmer's in. Good morning. Miss Carol's in. Good morning to you. Jesse James. Good morning, Jesse James. Tracy Steele. Good morning. Sandy Townsend. Good morning to you. Timmy Wiggins. Good morning. Miss Harp's in. Good morning to you. Good morning, Miss Gail. Tracy Miller. Good morning. And morning, Leroy. Good morning, Kenwood.
Good morning, DJ. Wet weekend. Like you said, it was going to be a washout, and certainly ended up being that way. Did look like from a picture I saw you posted on Friday night that you were somewhat near the party. How about that?
Got down on the coast. Always a good time.
Sound like you did a little good eating while you were down that way.
A lot of good eating, and didn't get a chance to try out the surf, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when the surf showed it was going to be, I think it was 9 to 12. With a dominant wave period at about 6 or 8 seconds, I tell you right now, I'd probably would have stayed out of that surf.
Yes.
The rip currents warnings were pretty rough from down that way. So at any rate, good morning. Let's see who else has jumped in here. Good morning. There he is, Josh Martin. Good morning to you, Josh. Chevy Ann. Good morning, Chevy Ann. Chev Adam. Good morning, Chef Adam. Steve White. Good morning, man. How you doing this morning? Gord. Good morning, Gord. Connie Baggett. What's going on, Connie B? Good morning to you. Yeah, so tell me this. Y'all eat at the Dewey Destin in the harbor or the old school Dewey Destin?
We went to Dewey Destin in the harbor. Okay.
So give us the age-old question. Is it as good as the original? Or better, or what is your take on that?
It's good. Yes, it's good. I like going over to the original one.
Yes.
I have found it to be a little harder to get in over there. I especially like the outside seating at the original one. But you got to get there. You got to hit it just right. And we were kind of coming in a little more around crunch time, the prime time dinner time when we got there. So we opted to go in the harbor, and it was good, really good.
Sure. Let's see here. Sherry Weaver said it looks like both of us went to the barbershop. Well, we might have trimmed it up, I guess, maybe. I don't know.
Mine doesn't take too long.
Mine's headed that way, I promise you. Let's see. Joshua Gibson, good morning to you, man. Amanda O'Quinn, good morning to you. And, I tell you what, twin pinks. Is this pink?
Mine's red.
It just looks pink on your radio dial.
Yeah, mine's red.
Yeah,
Candy apple.
I think mine's red. Cindy Lou, good morning to you. I saw a video you put up there, Sherry, from Navarre, from the pier. It looked like they were getting with it pretty good. Certainly. I think we got a birthday right there, DJ. Corey Pittman says, happy birthday, Heath Pittman.
Happy birthday. We got a bunch of them today.
Do we?
Ashley Feely has a birthday today.
Well, good. Well,
Catherine Watson has a birthday today.
Well, any more? Or
I can't remember. There are several more. I'm sure I remember them as we
happy birthday from Drive Time. And everybody here. There he is, Willie Bob.
Good morning, Willie Bob.
Good morning, Willie Bob. Good morning, Mother.
Good morning, Miss James.
See who else. So good crowd in this morning. This Monday morning, wet Monday morning. Is it supposed to rain again all day today?
I think it's going to rain all day today and tomorrow.
Golly.
I like the backdrop.
Do you?
Yeah.
I like it. I think it let's just say it is kind of getting me juiced up a little bit.
It's not that it needs any additional attraction, but I'm hearing a lot more conversation about that concert on the 18th of July.
Really?
I'm hearing a lot more about it.
Well, I'll tell you,
Ran into Chris and Angel Baxter down at the Destin Commons Saturday.
okay.
And probably 20 minutes of our conversation was about this. And I will tell you, which this doesn't surprise you because you and I have talked about this, they're amped up about Telluride. They're going to make a day of it. They're coming for all of it. Don't get me wrong. And, of course, I was telling them don't discount the Prince experience. And, of course, we're all going to enjoy the Pygmies and Tusk and everything that goes along with it. But they are amped up about Telluride.
As well they should be.
They should be.
Yeah, I think they should. Great band. Great band. The big news has got to be, I woke up this morning reading some headlines. The Finn treasure has been found.
Let me tell you about the Finn treasure.
Okay.
If I understand it correctly, it's been hid for 15 years, 10 or 15 years.
That's what I understand.
Some eccentric put out a treasure to have a treasure hunt.
Yes.
I had never heard of it till 2 years ago with the Dash for Cash, and is it Chris Butts?
Yes.
Was telling me about it.
Yes.
I had never heard anything about it, but then when I saw it, of course, I remember the name Finn, Fenn, and I saw where it had been found. And I think I read where 2 or 3 people or 4 people had died over the years looking for it.
Yes, that's correct.
Wow.
Tracy Miller says she likes the backdrop too. Good morning, Jolene Atkinson. Miss Wanda Green, good morning to you, to the best, worst show ever.
Ever.
That's right.
Ever.
Don Cody, good morning to you. Yes, let me tell you, I got called 2 years ago and 3 years ago. The first Dash for Cash, I got called after it was over and offered, no joke, a 2-week, all expense paid to go out there and hunt with a particular group of people who I did not know. I never met them, never heard of them.
Did you think about it?
Well, I mean, you know, they told me that anybody that was sadistic enough to write the clues I was writing had to be sadistic enough to figure out where that Finn treasure was. That was their exact words. I'm just saying, listen, it's one thing to be able to write clues if you know where something's at. It's a whole different other when trying to figure it out. And I get it. I did think about it, but, tromping through the Rocky Mountains, there are a lot of people that like that kind of thing. Not me. I've done that, been there. It was called the U.S. Army. I've had enough of that. So, but no, I just thought it was interesting that it was found, and that a lot of people, we've heard a lot about that over the years. But said, talked to John, he's pumped and ready. Well, I think there's a lot of people ready for that concert.
It's gonna be
don't
want to miss that one.
No, you don't want to. Chris Migalaccio, good. I hope I'm not messing that up. Migalaccio?
Yep.
Hope I'm not messing that up, Chris. Good morning to you, man. Let's see here. Kimberly Dawn, good morning to you. So I did kind of think about it, but then I was like, nah. I mean, it's apparently, if people have been looking for it this long, I'm going to say that somebody just happened to stumble upon it.
Didn't it say it was $1 million or estimated to be $1 million?
$1 million somehow or another. I read where he said that it took him 2 trips to go hide it. So I don't know if that means he took whatever the container was out there and hid it and then went back and put the money. I don't know.
I think I read where he said the chest itself weighed 22 pounds and then the treasure weighed an additional 20 pounds. I
read that. Yeah, I read the same thing. So
that's pretty cool, though.
I know. It certainly is. And you're right about Jesse James. I've never took 2 weeks off in a row in my life. Well, that's a fact. So there's a classmate. Good morning, Jeffrey Redmond.
Good morning, Jeffrey.
I was, it will. But Hot Rod said that military will kill you it will. But that's, it's interesting to know. But he only gave, was it 2 clues? I think he wrote a book. And in the book, I think he gave I may be wrong about this, but I could have swore somebody said it was only 2 clues that he gave. If that's the case, then hey, Can Red. Good morning to you, Can Red.
Good morning, Can.
Let's see. Close enough. Hey, man, I'm sorry if I butcher it. Call me and tell me how to pronounce it. I promise you I will. I certainly don't mean to at all. Gary McGraw, good morning to you. And but that's just crazy, man, to think that thing's been hid for that long and nobody has found it. Speaking of treasure hunts, our golden egg is still out there somewhere. And kind of what we've been failing to do, and I admit this, is we need to recognize everybody that has put in the pot and the prize packages more so than we have. DJ, you want to run down through that real quick and kind of give let's give some props where props are due for sure.
The cash portion of the prize, if my math is correct, is $21.25.
Okay.
The financial contributors to that: City of Bruton, Connie Baggett, Camp 31, The Butcher, Sarah Williamson, Tallulah Bells, Jesse Rigby, Jennifer Taylor, Melanie French, and Tracy Steele, and Josh Godwin.
Of course, Josh up at David's and David's Catfish, and then you got Jesse over at James Furniture, Larry Murphy at Camp 31. Listen, get out and support these folks. I saw a post over the weekend. Somebody was talking about supporting local businesses and things. And hey, look here, there's a lot of great things to support around here. And, if you have a chance, get out and do that and go see these people and as DJ would say, trade with them.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Every chance you get.
Yeah, I like that.
$21.25.
$21.25.
That's gonna be a nice little pickup for somebody.
Yeah, plus what, $500-$600 worth of.
Well, let's see. Michael McCall at Murder Creek Distillery has put in 1 bottle of every flavor they have.
Okay, so that's at least. That's at least a couple $100 right there, if not more.
Giovanelli Wine, $100 gift certificate.
Okay, so let's say $300.
Nista's Holistic Crate, Aaron Crawford.
Yeah,
put in the gift basket.
Yep. Let's say that's another $100.
Best Western, Raj Palmer's put up a free night.
There you go. That's another $100 plus.
$25 gift certificate. Robo's Ice Cream down in Flomaton.
There you go. That's tippy.
And Tracy Steele has put in a red velvet cake.
And that's worth
in it. It's priceless.
I don't know if you can put a figure on that for sure. Good morning. Let's see. Miss Carroll says, I love all the Western National Parks. Would gladly. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, go ahead. Tony Sanders, good morning to you. Earl Crook, good morning, Earl. Randy Bell, good morning, Big Bell. What's going on this morning? Tisha Braddock, good morning to you. Let's see. I see you upgraded the paper towel. Well, I don't know what she's talking about. So
I think the fly swatter, maybe.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe not.
But that's been upgraded. We upgraded that last week.
That's courtesy of Renee Johnson.
Yeah. Courtesy of Renee decided she wanted to give us some camouflage help. So, and she did. Another thing that I thought was interesting over the weekend, DJ, no winner for the Friday night Mega Millions drawing. Tuesday night, the drawing will be for $410 million.
Man.
Or a $308.2 million cash payout.
Wow. I didn't even tell you the biggest news, maybe the weekend for me personally.
Okay, I need to shut up.
Headed to the coast Friday night, and there was activity on the fishing pier.
You're kidding me.
Nope. It was there.
You mean people were at cane poles, Zebcos?
No. It was Mason Fleming surveying. He had equipment up, dialing in some stuff, getting some information for some reason, but he was out there, and then I got a phone call Saturday saying he was out there again on Saturday.
Wow.
So 2 days of something going on. I don't know.
Fleming out there surveying.
Yep.
Well, we could probably help you if you needed a little help with surveying. We've got some pretty good angles of that thing. We were catching a few fish. So, the list. Talking about instead of a paper towel. I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yes.
I get it. Yeah, we definitely have.
We got in trouble with that the last time because paper towels bleed a little bit.
Yeah, they do.
And
they
we
do.
charged somebody $1,000 for a donation when it should have been $100.
Josh Godwin, we're sorry.
Sorry, Josh. I mean, it happens. So he actually provided the pad.
Yes. I mean, listen, y'all got to realize it's Monday and it's early in the morning still. Well, not really, but it's Monday. So, got to give us a little, just a tad, little bit of a break. But anyway, no, I'm definitely looking forward. You talking about the jam, the Dirty 30 Jam? I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be a big time. I saw some video of the pigs at Tail Fins on Friday night. Looked like they had a big time.
Packed.
Yeah, I was going to say
packed.
Tell you this, there was absolutely. I don't know how many more people you could have put in that place, but I'm guessing not many.
Not one. It was packed.
It seemed like it. It seemed like it. I'll tell you this, and I will say this about tickets for the Dirty 30 Jam. They are selling like wildfire. And I am really shocked about that because of the an outdoor gig, typically people wait till the, day of to buy at the gate, especially if you buy at the gate because, but hey, man, people are buying these tickets up like crazy.
They should.
So,
$15 for that.
Yeah, it's going to be a big time and we're going to have a big time with it. So, I can't I'm so ready to see Telluride and I'm so ready. Well, listen, I'm ready to see all of them. Okay. I'm just a music buff. But Telluride is going to be awesome. All of it is going to be awesome. But I just haven't seen Telluride in a very long time. And that brings back some, what do you call it, DJ? A safe place?
Safe place, man.
Well, that brings some of that back for me. I don't know about you. How many times they play at the Sigma Newhouse?
I was only there 8 years. I don't know, 15, 16 times.
I can tell you this: they played the SAE house in Troy several times, and it was a barn burner every time.
I've started trying to do the math on that, and we think that if everything goes to plan, music will start up around 2-ish in the afternoon,
somewhere around there. Yeah, 1-ish, 2-ish,
and then play into the night.
Yeah,
and probably hit the AM before it's over with. And I the math doesn't work for me. I mean, if you're looking at 11 or 12 hours of music and having a good time, I can't see it.
It's a marathon, baby.
So I don't know. It's
a marathon. You got to.
I don't know.
Listen, go buy you one of the boxes of those 6 5-hour energies, and about every 2-3 hours, just down one.
I've never had an energy drink.
Well, it's all natural now.
Yeah.
This isn't like Red Bull or none of that kind of stuff. This is just all natural. It's just vitamins and that kind of thing. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, just down one about every 2 or 3 hours, you'll be good. It also keeps you from getting a hangover.
I don't know. That's just a long time to be out there.
I'm guessing that you can make it. I'm gonna go out on a limb.
I'm certainly gonna try.
So I'm just gonna go out on a limb there and say that. Let's see here. Good morning, Renee Johnson. And Renee, thank you again for the camouflage fly swatters. We certainly need it. And, absolutely need it. So,
look who's in.
Who is it?
Bless her heart. Fuquay. Fuquay took a fall this weekend.
Oh, I didn't know it.
She's banged up. We want to send out our well wishes to her.
Yes, we do.
She hurt herself.
Leroy said 100. Fuquay, hope you get well soon, and you're going to be in our thoughts and prayers for sure. Timmy Wiggins, thank you, man. We working on some other stuff for the boss, I promise you. and it's coming. Yeah, I want to tell you this. If you have not looked up the Prince Experience on YouTube, you need to look it up if you want to see what's actually coming down to the Dirty 30 on Saturday, July 18th. You will be very impressed. This man is going to change costumes 13 times.
In a 2-hour set, 2.5-hour set.
Ish.
He's a treat. I've pulled him up on Facebook.
I mean, he's going to change costumes. Listen, for those of y'all that don't, remember, or maybe you remember, maybe you don't, I don't know. But the old school, back in the day, there was a video for every song, right? Mm-hmm. Every hit song anyway. Mm-hmm. And Prince's video to When Doves Cry, it started out with Prince sitting in a bathtub. And there were all these, I guess rose petals, whatever, on the floor. Anyway, Prince crawls out of this bathtub and crawls across the floor, as you, I'm sure, well know. Well, guess what the Prince Experience does? They drag a bathtub out there and they do the same thing.
He plays all the instruments too, doesn't he?
Every instrument.
Piano, guitar.
Drums, guitar, saxophone. I don't think there's anything he can't play. I mean, the guys, like I said, it's the only group that Prince ever signed off on, ever, that he was good with. So, you got to figure that's big right there, man. If you got and
they're going to be at O'Bannon Park.
I mean, and I promise you this, when they leave, they'll be like the pigs. They'll be where they can't wait to come back.
I remember we played the Cardinals down there in 1978, and there was a huge... pretty good crowd that night. But
how many times y'all change costumes? Wow. Oh, man. But hey, you know what? That's going to be a good time. It is great music, great fun. A lot of people, think about it, man. We've got together twice at O'Bannon. Not one time have we had a problem. Not once.
Not once.
Yeah. And that's because all the Dirty 30 fam, the Drive Time fam, they know, hey, we're not down there to
just down to have a good
fuss,
time.
fight, and argue. We down there to, hold the flashlight, so to speak.
I was also, both of the times we've been down there, and I hope that'll be the case this time, I'm sure it will be, was how everybody kind of police their own garbage and stuff.
Oh,
I mean, we did go there to clean up, but there really wasn't much to clean up.
We did, but
most of it was mine.
It didn't take long.
Yeah, I recommend. I was like, yeah, but that was. I thought that was pretty cool of everybody.
It was, and hey, but that's it. That's the deal. I mean, and we talked about this a lot, but that's the kind of people that we have in the greatest community in the world.
I agree.
It just is.
Can't say it enough.
And you can't say that enough. And Ashley said Prince is alive and attached experience to his name. I'm telling you.
You can be tricked into it.
I mean, really, let me tell you something. It's going to get real dark. And all of a sudden, you're going to hear this keyboard come on. And then you're going to see a spotlight hit this dude in the middle of the stage. And for all of y'all that don't know that is not Prince, you're going to swear that Prince is alive and sitting in O'Bannon Park.
Yep.
Because he looks, walks, talks, acts, everything just like him, So all I can say is get ready. Brandon Monk, look at there, man. Talk about old school. Good morning, Brandon. You have a good week, too, up that way, man. Hope everything's going well with you and the fam. Good morning, Sandy Kirkland. I tell you what, if we can, we're certainly going to get JoJo to go down and spray for mosquitoes. That stuff works.
Yeah,
I want to tell you something, and I'm glad you brought that up, Hot Rod. If you listen, you can't go buy those candles and those things you stick up on the sticks, those lanterns or whatever you call it. It is so well worth getting JoJo to come spray your yard for those. If you have mosquito problems, you will when he gets through. We don't have mosquito problems over here anymore. Mm-mm. I'm just telling you. You know, I mean,
he'll beat them back.
they would be gone. And we had mosquitoes over here the size of, seemed like your fist.
Yeah.
We don't have those problems anymore at all. So give JoJo a call. JoJo also got the pool store open now and doing big things with that. And,
corn maze coming.
And got the corn coming. So I don't know about you. That's one of the most exciting. I can't wait to see that operation going. I mean, you know, I really can't. Oh, man. Sherry says she hopes to have the new bushwhacker machine before.
Wait a minute.
Before then. The glitter, blow pops, and the Prince Experience Brute will never be the same. King Kane laying it down this morning. Good morning, John Blair. Hey, that's right, Connie B. If there's not a problem, we don't need a solution. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I like it.
You know, that's a fact. So, and I don't think that we, one great thing about all that kind of thing and what we do and what everybody does is we all get down there and act like we all supposed to, which is one big, giant, dysfunctional family.
Family reunion, July 18th.
That's what it is. We coming together. Coming together.
Can't wait.
But if things get on track, Friday night, the night before, we're going to have the banquet.
Yes. Yes.
We're going to have, and did we ever come up with a name for it? I can't remember.
No.
I don't think we did. I'll tell you what we're going to do. I think I'm going to put in the Drive Time group. I think I'm going to start after the show. I'll put in the Drive Time group a poll, if you will, of what we should name the banquet. The Friday night before the Dirty 30 Jam, what should we name the banquet? Okay?
Okay.
And we'll let the
family decide.
We'll let the fam decide.
Let the family decide.
How about that? And I'll tell you what else we'll do. If you win, if we pick your name for the banquet name, we're going to give you a fresh, crisp, long wheelbase 10.
A Hyundai.
How about that? Does that work?
Yes, it does.
So if we use your name, of course, you'll be signing a non-disclosure, you're free to use agreement. But if we do, we're going to give you a fresh $100 bill just for your effort. So thank you so much. Gonna need a tanker truck. Hey, we're gonna have some got some tents set up with some misting going on. We do have access to several giant fans that has water that you can run through them. I don't know that'd be enough to get the whole thing, but it'd be enough to get a lot.
You get some relief.
Oh yeah. Listen, the perfect day that day would be an overcast day, about 70 degrees. If you remember the last time at 6 o'clock, 6:15, all of a sudden that just happened. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just stopped. I mean,
it was perfect.
It was. That didn't keep anybody from sweating. I mean, it was still good. So, good morning, Robert. Look at there. Robert Douglas, good morning to you. Sherry, yeah, pub crawl. That's we're going to do something. Dine and dash.
I like that. Dine and dash.
I like that. That's good. It's real good. But I'm going to put that in the group after the show, and we'll figure out what's going on and see what kind of names we can come up with and, see what's going on from there. So, at any rate, outside of rain, I'm sure you got a lot of it like we did over the weekend. I know you said you went to some pretty good eating establishments.
Did a little shopping.
Did you?
Destin Commons, and
I know you mentioned the Harbor Walk. Did you see a lot of fish come in?
Oh yeah, one real big cobia.
Even with the seas being as rough as they were,
there was one cobia that was probably 40, 50 pounds.
Really?
I don't know how big those fish typically get, but this was a big cobia.
That's a big cobia.
Yeah, it was a big cobia.
Whew. Wow.
A lot of red snapper, some grouper. Yeah.
Who was what boat seemed to be on them? Did you catch the name?
I don't remember them. It's we just went up and down those slips there.
Well, let me ask you a question. Since you mentioned, did you and Lindsay go partake of the?
I asked her if she wanted to.
the zip
line. No, I asked her if she wanted to, and she was good. She was actually dressed to the nines. Like I was.
She was your date.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was it was not a kiddie date. It was a young lady date.
There's nothing wrong with that.
She's kind of gotten there, and it's yeah. But we had a really good time.
So she decided she wanted to stay dressed up and not worry about the zip line.
That's right.
Let me ask you a question. Would you do the zip line?
Probably not.
But you asked.
Yeah. I asked.
Oh. Hey, that's right, Connie. Connie B said just helps the glitter stick. That sweat does.
Yeah, that's it.
I like what Rod said. Hook some sprinklers up, just set them to the beats. Well, any chance we can get the Duncan booth back? How about that? I ain't thought about that. That might be something might be fun.
What?
The Duncan booth. Yeah. Remember we had the Duncan booth?
Yeah.
I don't know that I necessarily want to get in it, but, hey, we can figure something out. Ashley said, I'll give you a banquet name, but we need to discuss royalties first. Well, I said we was going, whoever's name we pick, we'll give $100 for it.
She's creative. I wouldn't count Ashley out.
Oh, I'm not.
She might.
Hey, trust me. Yeah, trust me. I'm not dismissing anything that she comes up with. I can assure you.
Let me tell you something. I went to bed with a smile on my face last night, and I'm going to tell you why.
Please do.
I found out that Ron McDaniel's power had gone out north of town. A transformer blew or something, and all I could think about was him on low broil, about 79, 80 degrees at the house all night. And I told him to get in here this morning.
Good morning, Ron.
And we would try to get Jeremy Lull to call in. Jeremy's the one that owned the Sweaty Balls franchise. Yes. And I thought that might be a good caller for Ron. So, Ron, I hope you were miserable all night. I hope it got a little toasty. And remember, talc heavy.
Oh.
Talc heavy.
Yeah. Talc. Oh, man. Well, thank you, Sandy. We appreciate that.
Sandy.
I got to tell you, Connie says, well, we already have a why not, so maybe this is just because.
Just because.
Yeah, I like that too. How about a crawfish eating contest? Well, I can tell you that would be great, but I don't know that I could participate. So I'd love to watch and eat with them. I'd love to participate, but I don't guess you can if you're part of the deal. I think I could get in there and run with the best of them.
Well, if you like them, I would recommend or suggest that you don't do it, because I haven't had a barbecue rib in over a year, and I love ribs. 24 of them in 15 minutes.
Now that you mention that, I agree. I concur.
It broke me of them.
I'll never forget you telling me that it'd be a long time before you ever ate another one of those. Let's see. What is this? Oh, you are so bad.
What?
I mean, to wish a bad HVAC problem on a man.
Hey.
I mean, that's rough.
It was Ron.
Well,
I just wish Darren could have been there also.
Oh, man. Well, hey, look, I think I think he's probably going to, I promise you there'll be some retribution. How about that?
Look, man, you must not hang out and work very much, because he and his gang, they do a number on me pretty regularly.
I do, and I see all that, but I also see, that you hang in there pretty good.
I mean,
you do. Good morning, Miss Evelyn Daniels.
Morning, Miss Evelyn. Just got to defend myself.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I get that. I do. So, I had a chance to meet Miss Evelyn at one of the women-to-women functions that they had going on a couple of years ago. And I'll tell you what, that's a sweet, sweet, kind woman right there.
You better know it.
She really is. And I didn't think to ask her, but is she kin to Terrence and
Yeah, she's the mother.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that Terrence's mother?
Big High, Terrence, Dempsey, and Erica.
Okay, that's what I thought so.
She raised a lot of good folks.
She sure did. She sure did. TD. Yep. There is no doubt. Let's see. John Blair said he put down a lot of crawfish. Rod, vegetarian. You know, spam before the jam. That's pretty good. I like that one. Let's see. Hope my. So let me ask you a question. I see you trimmed. It looked like you got rid of the beard over. Was that prior to leaving for the coast, or
no? When I got back.
When you got back,
yep.
Was it just time, or
just time to do something?
Time to change up.
One of my guys, TB's in. Saw TB in the family at Destin Commons. He is the social chairman for his fraternity at Troy University. Guess who he has coming in October?
TB. I don't.
Tyler Baxter.
Oh, okay. I don't see him yet.
Guess who he has coming?
Who is that?
The Pygmies.
And what fraternity is?
I can't remember. ATO, I think.
Where at?
Troy.
Okay.
ATO, I believe.
ATO. I don't know, but I think they may have got our house when we got kicked out.
But he
I may be wrong. I've heard that. I never saw that house. When I was there, we were in the ski lodges. We didn't have those houses back then. You know, but I've heard that happened. Good morning, Trent Davison. Big Trent. I'm going to tell you something. That's a big guy right there, man. I mean, you remember when he was in with us, I said with y'all on work, and man, that guy, it's just amazing to see him standing up next to Tony Burnham and you. I mean, he is huge.
He's a giant.
I mean, he really is.
Has been since he was 12.
Yeah. And I don't mean that like in a like a big, like a fat kind of, I don't mean, no. I'm talking about just a big guy. I mean, you know.
Got a heart the size of Texas.
I was going to say, if you ever really got that guy riled up, you would have your hands full.
No thanks.
I won't tell you. I mean, good Lord Almighty.
But if you did get him riled up, you'd probably be the biggest jerk in the world.
You'd have to be. You'd have to be.
You got serious problems.
You really would have to be.
If you get him to that point.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that totally. Is it supposed to rain all day today too?
Today and tomorrow.
Today and tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I assume with you going down to the coast that you probably didn't get much yard work done this weekend.
Didn't get any yard work done this weekend.
But I can tell you with the rain, I would feel like that it probably gonna need to get some done probably this coming weekend.
Well, I think I'm going back to the coast.
Are you?
I'm gonna prowl.
So you'll be by yourself this coming weekend. Okay. So does that mean no walks on the Harbor Walk, or does that mean more walks on the Harbor Walk?
Can't ever tell. I know where it is. Well.
Jam and slam. Hey, you know, look at there. Naomi Lindsay, good morning to you. Let's see here. I was looking to see, you said we had a bunch of birthdays today. I was looking to see if I could see any birthdays that we may. Miss Catherine Watson's got a birthday today.
We wished her one.
Oh, that's right. You called her out. Terry Belden's got a birthday today.
Okay. Happy birthday, Terry.
Terry's in with us from time to time. Happy birthday, Terry. Let's see who else we may have here that we know. You mentioned Ashley Feely. Yeah, the distorted facts guy. I tell you what, King Kane, he's going to get on it when it comes to anything to do with anything. I don't know if you hate Alabama as much as he does.
I don't hate Alabama. I pull for them all the time, unless they're playing.
Well, there you go. So
all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go with that. So today is National Best Friends Day.
Well, how about that?
Do they? Let me ask you a question. Do they just come up with like
Yes.
something for every day of the year? Just come up with a name for it.
Yes.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? You supposed to call your BFF up or go see them and hug them or something? And like, what's the deal with that?
Something every day. Every day.
I'm just curious. You know, I can't really understand that. It's also, you're not going to believe this.
Yeah, Will.
It's also National Name Your Poison Day. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean, hey, I like cyanide? I mean, I don't know what that means.
I think I'm taking it as it means your spirits.
Okay. It's also National Upsy Daisy Day. You can't make this stuff up, man. I'm telling you, you cannot make this stuff up. Sex Panther on tap. Happy birthday to Melba Joyce. Well, happy birthday, Miss Melba.
Happy birthday!
Amanda said, I just secured our tickets sitting on ready. Well, there you go. Trent Davison says, you such a fair guy, DJ.
Always have been.
Brian Stewart Jr., 13th birthday is today.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Brian.
Happy birthday, Brian. Jam before jam banquet, Cody said. Hey, that's not bad either. National Upsy Daisy. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Does that mean that things are upside down or something? Like, I don't even know what that means. I'm confused. I mean, you know, there again, it just goes to show you there's a name for, you know, just like everybody's got a poll.
Everybody's got one.
I mean, it's just.
I'm only worried about mine.
Yeah. So, speaking of that, I had a chance to I couldn't catch Rob's show live. I tried to. I clicked on every click I could click on. I couldn't, it wouldn't come on to listen to it. But I did catch a couple of clips of him sitting in front of a restaurant called Pimentos.
Oh, yeah.
And he was on a phone. He had another guy sitting there with him, and he was talking to Coach Tuberville. Is that how he does his show, from a phone?
Now, that I don't know. I've been able to listen to it.
On your phone?
On my computer.
Okay, I was gonna say, I tried to listen to it on the phone.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to it.
Yeah. I've been able to
I
listen to
didn't pull it up on the computer.
Yeah.
Now, I will say that.
I went to his website and I listened there.
But he was sitting in front of.
That's one of his sponsors. I can't remember the name of the place.
Well, right. But I guess my question is, it sounded like he was interviewing Coach Tuberville.
Oh, he was. Coach Tuberville calls in.
Okay, well, but what I'm saying is he was not in a studio.
Okay.
He was sitting out in front of Pimentos. Is that how he does? Is that where? I mean, that's. I guess what I'm saying. If it is, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know, he's sitting out in front with a phone and just a phone.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I mean that's you know, I can tell you this. If there's anybody else sitting outside of Pimentos when he's sitting outside of there eating or what have you, they're all probably gonna have to move to go inside to get a word in.
When he calls in on this show on Friday, his program is 2 hours of that Friday afternoon. If you've heard him, it's like a Gatling gun. It's just boom. He brings them in. He asks the questions. He sometimes answers them as well, and then it just goes. But he's something else.
You know, I'll tell you what. I wish I had that much energy. I really do. You know, go ahead.
I was reading some of the tributes to Coach Dye over the weekend. You know, he passed away last week.
Sure.
Are you familiar with how he was buried?
I read some of that, but I did not get to read all of it.
At his farm there in Notasulga, it's called Crooked Oaks Farms, he has one of the original saplings from the old Tumor Corner oak trees. The one in his property is about 15 years old. Probably 10 or 15 feet away, the family was gathered around that oak tree, and a wagon being pulled by two mules pulls up, and Coach Dye, his body's not been embalmed. He's basically in a sheet. They call it a shroud, but it's a sheet. Rodney Garner had an arm. Bo Jackson had an arm. Jimmy Rain had a leg. And I can't remember who had the other leg. And they picked Coach up and put him in that hole and covered it up. And Craig Ogletree, one of his former players, gave the eulogy. And, of course, a couple of other guys spoke. I think Rodney Garner spoke. I think Bo spoke. But he wanted to fertilize the trees. I mean, it was old school.
That
old
is
school. And I mean, you know, that's kind of fitting for Coach Dye to go out like that.
It is.
And I don't know, but each of the people that spoke at it, this was an article I was reading, they were talking about, you know, how moved they were and how emotional it was. And Rodney Garner, I think, made the comment that he'd never seen anything like it. And in my head, I said, well, they probably hadn't done it since 1876, like that, like that. So there's a good reason you've never seen it.
That is crazy.
But that's pretty cool in a dying kind of way.
I'll tell you something. You know that a quote he made that really stuck out to me was when he said, "Alabama fans love Alabama football. Auburn fans love Auburn."
I've been saying it for years.
I mean, that kind of sums it all up, does it? Mm-hmm. Does it not? Mm-hmm. Quite nicely.
And you're gonna love this.
And I see what Ron wrote right there, but let me tell you something. When he wins, he's gonna say it's because of his time that he spent right here.
We got him jumping right here.
Listen, he would have stayed 2 more hours.
He'd still be here.
He would have.
Still be here.
As a matter of fact, if you remember, his guy was sitting over by me going, you know what I'm saying? And he kept doing. He kept like, let's go back and talk about this. Yeah. Let's go back and talk about that. I'll tell you what, I'd love to have him in here one morning. You think we work that out? You think we can work out getting him in here one morning?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'll catch him. We can find him when he's back down in South Alabama, and we'll get him to stop in. He'd do it.
I'm sure Ron would let him sleep at his house.
Sure he would.
I mean, I don't think he'd
have
ever.
No AC.
Shoot that thing.
Coach it and 4 sweaty balls. He's on the diet.
Oh, man. Let's see here. Upsy Daisy Day is to encourage everyone to get up with a positive outlook for the day, and everything is going to be great.
Well, I like that.
I love that. But you know what? I think we do that every day.
Sure we do.
The Before the Jam banquet would be shortened to the BJ banquet. You know how y'all like initials.
Oh, Lord.
I am really sorry that I read that.
Where do we go now?
Oh, man.
Let me see if I can find those tide times. Well, here it is. Tubbs will be at the Hourglass on the 15th of this month.
Really?
According to Chef Adam.
So,
I'm sure that'll be an afternoon meeting, but I doubt we could get him to spend a whole day here. But maybe.
I tell you what, in as much as we're going to initial things, if that's the case, then we could just move this thing right on to the Sapphire Room.
Sounds appropriate.
I mean, why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if should I even say what I'm about to say?
Go ahead.
I mean, you know, listen, Friday night, July 17th, the BJ banquet, live at the Sapphire Room. And I want to show you something Raj sent me. I meant to put this where I could pull it up, but Raj sent this to me. This will show you how crazy. There is no such thing as coincidences in Dirty 30, but it all runs through the Dirty 30.
Yep.
That is what he used. That's the design he used. We didn't know that.
No.
Now look at that right there. Is that not? It's just like it.
The same font.
It's the same font. And we had no clue. I don't know if y'all can see that. You probably can't because of the lights. But anyway.
It's sorcery.
It is crazy. He saw, and I was like, man, I said, I swear we had no idea. And he's like, hey, he said, that's what makes us the Dirty 30 so great. And it is. You know, we didn't have a clue. Did not have a clue. You know, so all I can say is Trent wants to know, will it be Sav? I'm sure somewhere along the way it will be, Trent.
He's on Eastern time. Still early here, Trent. Still a little early.
Oh, man. Oh, man. I tell you what, Ashley says she's sorry. No, you're not.
I thought it said I'm horny. It's Monday morning, folks. It's Monday morning.
Oh, man. Whew. Tell you what. Right about now, I can hear some Darling Nikki playing for some reason. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's it'd be Sav and plenty of tartar sauce. Did you notice the other day we went and ate at David's for lunch that we did not have any problems?
They just kept bringing it out, didn't they?
I didn't understand that.
Hey, maybe Josh has turned over a new leaf.
Maybe he has. I don't know. I tell you what, that was we went not lacking for that. That is sure, for sure. Foul ball.
Foul ball.
The thirsty 30. I like that. That's good. I'm gonna tell you. I swore I felt a raindrop back of my head just then, but I don't think it is. Anyway, so you mentioned a couple restaurants, and you mentioned a 2-hour wait. Let me ask you, was the 2-hour wait due to the seating capacity? I mean, because you can't seat but so many people inside, or was that not part of why you? I mean, was it just that many?
No. Social distancing was not in effect at the eateries on the Destin Harbor.
Yeah, well, I'm not too sure that it is in Florida at all anymore.
I will say this: when we went shopping Saturday,
I'm trying, Kara. I'm trying.
We were one of Lindsay's favorite stores to go in. I think the name of it's Forever 21.
Yes,
and you couldn't go in without a mask on. Of course, we didn't have them.
So you went right on by.
Right on by to, is it H&M? Or
yeah.
MH or something. H&M maybe.
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not a frequent shopper.
Yeah, but the restaurant, going back to the restaurants, they all seem to be doing well. There seem to be great crowds at each of them.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something that I was encouraged with was to see that the latest unemployment numbers they came out with, I think it was last week, certainly. I'm just talking about the numbers now. I ain't trying to get politics and all that, not going there. But I was encouraged to see that they weren't as bad as what they were being forecast to be, which hopefully means that America is getting people back to work.
Hope so.
You know, and that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's certainly not a bad thing for sure. Did T-Bone needs to get his tanning bed up? Did he ever go down and get that fake tan?
I don't know.
You talk about Big Orange.
Yeah.
Hey, you better not ever let him make that mistake of doing that. I'm going to tell you, we got to find out if he goes to do it, because we're going to have to camera that place up.
Definitely.
Hey, circle of trust.
Circle of trust.
You know.
Circle of trust.
Good morning, Sarge. Sheriff Weaver's at the Freakers Ball. The wet experience. Kind of like the Wet Bandits. Remember the Wet Bandits from Home Alone?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. One of these days I'm showing up and it's going to be, hey, mark that down. I'd love Ashley to come in here.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who I want. Her and Georgia together.
Oh, yeah.
Could
It'd be
you
a late
imagine?
night, yeah.
Hey, now that'd have to be a 10 p.m. start.
It wouldn't be an all ages show.
No, it wouldn't. But it'd be good.
It'd be good.
It would be good. Let me
would
tell
be
you right
epic.
now. I don't know. Yeah, it'd be good. We'd probably have to have the beeper ready. Deet, deet. But I don't know if it'd be. I don't know though. That'd be something. Sarge, I know with the rain today may not be much going on, but what's Bruton Strong got going on this week in the greatest community in the world? I know I think gave away 100 pizzas last week. Is that right? I read where that went
supposed to.
went very well. Yeah, I knew they were supposed to. Oh no. Jessica said Miss Carroll just called and said there's folks on Old 31 and 31 trying to rope an alligator.
Are you kidding me?
That's what she just put. If anybody has video footage of that, please go get it. This is where we need a roving, like we need a reporter, like somebody we could send out. They could do it like a live feed back to us.
Yeah,
because we could bring them in.
Trying to rope an alligator.
Yeah, that is crazy. You can't make that up, can you? Sliding into the weekend. That's good. Fake tan to go with that fake hair. Is that hair real?
It's velvet.
Velvet. Oh man. I'm just not even gonna go there. Oh Maury.
Oh Mo.
Yeah, oh Maury. We just must have escaped from the red room. Well, speaking of the red room, I knew you had mentioned not long ago that you were doing some updating and kind of, when the hunt got serious again for the next Tatiana, you were kind of updating that thing a little bit. Did you ever get completed or
Well, I'm changing out the 8-gauge hooks with some 10-gauge, just to where you can create a little extra torque, and not have to worry about any play from the top.
Sure. When
Traction's key.
I knew you had said that you had put in some more supports in the ceiling.
Yep.
Due to the angle of the swing, if you will. How did that work out? Did you leave the beams exposed or not?
The beams are still exposed, yes.
Okay.
Okay. There are a few other things that are going on in terms of, I'd say modifying. I'm modifying more than actually adding on.
Okay.
A couple of things that I had in place looked good on paper, but
Not so much in form.
didn't have the functionality I was looking for.
Sure. Yeah, I get it. Chad Canizero, good morning to you. Renee said, where on Highway 31? I do not know. DJ is supposed to be covering these things. DJ, you're supposed to be out there on the scene.
I can be.
I want to ask one question about that bridge. So if he was out there surveying, what's he surveying
Couldn't
exactly?
tell you. I didn't get a chance to speak with him.
I mean,
He just had his thing.
do you think we could call Mason and ask him?
I wouldn't think it would be a secret, but I don't know that.
I don't know where it'd be any, you want to reach out to him and just see if he can
Sure.
answer that question. Say,
Sure.
hey, we were just curious.
Yeah.
At Old 31 and 31. So I'm going to assume that's where you turn off, where the 4 lanes kind of used to end right there, isn't it? Where you turn off to go like to Catawba Springs Baptist Church.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So, there she is, LaShonda. Good morning, Life Changer.
Good morning, LaShonda.
How's everything with you this morning? Right by the Twin Bridges, is what Cody said. So, if they're trying to rope an alligator, Hey, everything else is.
Don't you know it?
Everything else is. Why wouldn't that be? I mean, there's no doubt. So I thought it was quite interesting that Maury got back in, worked. Remember, and I posted for the group that when he did, I hope he stayed longer than 1 minute and 47 seconds.
It only took 5 months to get over it.
I mean, he got over his broke leg faster than he got over that, didn't he?
I'm not sure if he's over that broke leg yet or not.
Speaking of that, I probably shouldn't even say that, but now that I've said that, there'll be another Broke Leg Studio production come out here recently and here soon, made from that little iPhone that he has. With iMovie and all this kind of foolishness. D-Tom's on it. Wow. Chef Adam, you are correct. You are correct. Let's see. Between Flomaton and Bruton, they're saying there's a few old 31. Yeah, I know it is. It's kind of. I agree, Renee. I'm going to assume it's where, like I said, 31 turns off to the old to the road that goes down to Catawba Springs.
I just hope they dispatched our friend Chief Stanton from Flomaton, because when he comes in full force. He'll have the jaws of life out.
Hey,
there'll be lights and sirens. I hope Chief Stanton got the call.
Hey, I tell you one thing. If he did, it'll be taken care of.
It will be taken care of.
I promise you that. Where to call him? You want to call him and ask him? Does he know anything about the?
Call him.
Does he know anything about the?
If the Chief's in, it's probably not going to be a catch and release.
I wouldn't think so.
There's going to be barbecue at the firehouse this afternoon.
Let's see if we get Chief on the phone.
I would love to hear it.
He may be like, I ain't answering these fools. Maybe he don't answer Raising Cane. Then again, he may be like in the middle of catching an alligator and can't answer.
Mr. Ken James.
Psst, psst. Listen, Pork Chop, we are getting reports, and you're live on the air with myself and DJ, but we getting reports, Pork Chop, that there is an alligator being roped or trying to be roped at 31 and Old 31, and we thought if anybody could know or knew what was going on with it, and if you were involved, that thing was fixing to be taken care of in just about a heartbeat. Can you give us any idea what's going on?
Am I live on the air?
Yes, sir. You are live.
I'm actually not that way right now, but I can find out if I need to.
Well, hey, listen, you don't have to do that. DJ and myself thought that you might be somewhat involved with it since it was down that way. And as DJ put it, if Steve is involved, the alligator has no hope.
Hey, look here. Look here. Old DJ found out years ago. He found out years ago, when you deal with me, it's going to get done, ain't it, DJ?
It's going to get done. I told him, I said, if Chief Stanton got dispatched, there'll be no catch and release.
Let me tell you something. That man right there, me and him was on Johnny on the spot when something happened when he was in there.
Pork Chop, are you telling me?
Back on the air again?
Yes, sir. We are. And
are y'all? Is it the same thing?
The same thing, man. Drive time with DJ and KJ, 7:30-ish every morning to 9, and to 9 a.m.
Do I need to stop by one morning and remind everybody what I told y'all about that bridge a year ago?
Hey, anytime you want to stop by, you more than welcome. You know that.
Are y'all in the same building?
No, but I'll call you after the show and tell you where we're at, and you can come by.
That bridge still ain't open, is it?
No. It's you mean the fishing pier?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's still not open. We were just discussing that a while ago that we had got reports, or I think DJ may even say
I saw
Mason Fleming was out there doing some surveying on I think Friday, and then we got reports he was back on Saturday doing the same thing. So
are you serious?
Yeah, that's what we were told. So
Look here, I was impressed. I didn't know y'all was back on every day, but I just happened to run into it on my phone here, I guess a month or two ago, with the Mackey guy, the school board guy.
Yes, sir, Dr. Mackey.
I was impressed with that guy.
Hey, he is an impressive person, and I'll tell you what, good guy, and really has his stuff together. I mean, for someone to come on. He didn't have a script. He didn't have anything. I mean, he didn't know what questions we were going to ask. He just started answering questions. So we were really impressed with Dr. Mackey.
Well, y'all may not know how to answer this question, or you may not want to answer it. But how y'all feel about school starting back on time?
You know, we're hearing different things. We're hearing it's probably going to be after, Labor Day. But now he has not made that statement to us yet, but I'm actually going to reach out to him again today and see about maybe getting him to call in one day this week. He's going to come down once school starts. He's going to come down and visit with us and look at some things. But I'm going to reach out to him today and try to have him on one morning and see if we can get some answers on that question exactly. Exactly when it will or may start, and of course athletics
right.
and all of the like. So I know back in your day, just like our day, Pork Chop, we didn't go back to school until after Labor Day.
No, we didn't.
So and
Please, me and what was his name? Tony Smith. What was his nickname? DJ?
The Hammer.
The Hammer. Me and the Hammer, we didn't have to go back to school to them. When we went back, we was ready to practice football and play some football.
There you go.
Did y'all ever beat Century?
Yeah, a time or two. Look here, the Hammer. McGowan told me the other day. He said every time he talks to the Hammer, he talks about how bad he beat us.
Y'all finally quit playing them, didn't they? Beat you so bad.
Got scared. got scared. Hey, that joker was bad now. Hey, he got his britches dirty one time. He fell off the end of the bench and laid down on the ground and got that chalk on his breast.
Pork chop. I gotta ask a question. I saw a video of you on Facebook here a couple of days ago where it looked like you had at least 6, 8, 10 saltine crackers, eating them all at one time. Were you dared to do that? Like, what was the story behind that?
They dared me to eat 6 crackers at one time in a minute. Well, I told them that wasn't no problem. And actually, they wanted me to eat a spoon of cinnamon. And they said, no, you can't do that because you're going to die. I said, well, I don't need to do that. Have you ever tried to eat 6 crackers at one time?
I haven't, but I'm going to tell you something. The fact that you did, I was very impressed, because I'm going to tell you something. That's got to be cottonmouth like you can't even, can't describe.
It was rough, man. It was rough, man. I am so glad y'all back on the air.
Well, we appreciate that, man. We do.
I tell you, I love that show, and I didn't know you was back on. I mean, I knew every now and then I'd see y'all.
Yep. Well, we back on, man, regular. 5 days a week.
Are y'all doing this? Are y'all hiding something this year? Or?
Oh, yeah, it's on right now. We 4 clues into it, and ain't nobody found it yet. So it's out.
Really?
It's still the golden egg, as DJ calls it, is still out and about.
Well, after the show, give me a call.
I'll give you a call, man. Good to talk to you. Appreciate you taking the call there, Pork Chop.
Sir, see you, DJ.
See you, Chief.
See you, Chief.
All right,
bye-bye. Well, if Pork Chop's not on the scene, then, I don't know exactly how it's being taken care of.
The Gator may win.
Yeah, the Gator may win. Oh, that's one way to put it. No doubt. Anyway, so what I was going to ask you though, talking about waiting in crowds and that kind of thing, was it pretty packed on the Harbor Walk as well?
Oh yeah, it was thick.
So just everywhere.
The entire fishing fleet had been chartered out. It appeared that way. I mean, there was fish on every hook down there, it seemed. But yeah, it was business as usual down on the harbor.
Let me tell you this real quick, just to give you an idea of something. Let's see. since this morning when I woke up, and that was around 5:30ish, 22 tickets have been sold.
Another 22.
Yes.
They're ready. Tell me.
I don't know about you. That's just crazy to me. You know what I mean? I mean, it just is. It is just crazy. But hey, it is what it is. You know, I can't wait. It's just going to be a big, big time. Hey, so what do you think about the? And I kind of keep up with this guy because of the car business type thing. What do you think about Elon Musk and you know the SpaceX thing and all this stuff? You know, NASA astronauts just went up on a rocket that he and his company have designed, and you know, I don't, you know, I guess you know back the space race kind of thing was a little bit before my time, maybe yours too. I don't know, but you know, what do you think about that? I mean, he's talking about wanting to take one of these things now and go to Mars, like a manned trip to Mars, in 2024. I'm going to tell you something. As much as you don't like to get past Auburn, would you go to Mars?
No, that ain't happening.
That's somewhat kind of crazy to me. You know, to think about that. I mean, that's a long way from the
That's
Dirty
a long
30
way out there.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
You'd have to feel pretty comfortable that you'd be able to get back.
Speaking of the car business, we talked about this last week. We don't typically talk about this kind of thing, but I think we should. If you, I don't know the requirements. Maybe you want to talk about it. We need a record driver.
We need a record driver. CDL. There's different classes, and this is not the highest class of CDL. It's the one just below that.
See, I don't know what that is.
We need a record driver for the two dealerships. If you know of anyone that would that has their CDL that might be looking to change professions or get into it, if you'll have them come see me, or I guess I can see Kevin at the
well,
shop.
I need to see you.
Come see me at the Ford store.
Yeah.
We are looking to hire one as soon as possible. ASAP.
Yeah. As fast as we can.
Pretty good gig. It's obviously a working position, but it's a pretty good gig.
Yes. You were talking about Ron McDaniel earlier, saying he was without power. Apparently, they had a tornado in Florida that left 2,000 without power on Sunday. I didn't see where there was any power out on the coast over the weekend.
I didn't see any either.
That must have been on over towards maybe Tallahassee in that way. But you know, I know this. What's she say? My group has we're thinking of dressing like 80s. Hey, she found Jerry a print suit. Hey, please get him to wear that. That would be awesome. Mars is the red planet, is it, DJ? I can't believe he said you fit right in. Renee said, oh, we got it. Renee said alligator's about 4 foot long. Someone threw it on the back of their truck and took it to the river.
Don't you believe that, Renee?
Hey, there's Chris Butts right there. Chris, we talked about it earlier. The Finn fortune has been found. I know Chris, I've read several times where Chris has talked about going out looking for that fortune.
He's a treasure hunter.
He is. And I commend Chris for that. I do. Chris is a man about town. I mean, he is a world traveler, so to speak. He takes some really good pictures too, man. You know, so thank you, D-Tom. You're welcome.
We enjoyed the visit, always.
Yeah, always.
I saw, and we had kind of hit on this, I guess it was last week, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Ben Eby has the finances in order and the tickets in order, and I think that there's an exit plan in place.
I saw that as well, and I was going to get with you and see. I guess if he's got all that going, that's good. I had a friend of ours had reached out to us that was talking about some tickets and that kind of thing. But hey, if he's got all that squared away, that's fantastic.
I think he's going to move to the area. That's what his plans are.
Well, that's great. That's great.
May have to get Ben on the program.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, he could probably tell some stories.
I'm sure.
Especially, I mean, I don't know if you call it being trapped or being whatever. No, that's a bad word, but you know what I'm saying? Like, living in a place and not being able to leave. I just never realized there was all that involved with all that kind of stuff. I didn't know that.
There's not between Destin and Auburn.
Right.
Come and go as you want.
Oh, let's see here. Downtown Orlando got an F1. Wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that. Several places in the East Bay area without power. Oh, I didn't know that either. Renee says she went down there. Look at that. I wish, we may have to get Renee to be our on-the-spot reporter.
If it's an animal in distress, she'll go.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. I think we may need to look into that. Something worth looking into. Alligator's gone. Well, you can't have everything. Also found a Michael Jackson full latex mask. Who knew? That would be something. MJ. Put him on the stage with Prince. I mean, two icons.
How about that?
If you can't moonwalk, don't need to make sure of that. So Renee says she wants her reporter commission. Do you take case quarters? Oh. No, Richie, nah, I can't say that I am. I'll tell you a funny story real quick. My dad is the reason that everybody at the paper mill is on direct deposit.
Yes.
That's a fact.
I've heard this one.
That's a fact. Mm-hmm. That's a true story. I'm not near that tight, but he certainly is. And he certainly earned that name. When you have 6 or 7 years worth of paychecks that you have never deposited, chances are you're going to get called in and asked, what are you doing? And then the next thing you know, instead of handing them out in the clock alley, they start direct depositing them. And that mama don't know money, mama started finding out about. I'm not too sure. Wasn't a bunch of them out there didn't want to do some really bodily harm to him.
He doesn't have any Red Wing boots, does he? Steel toes?
I would guess about 80 pair. If I had to guess. I mean, hey, Donald Thompson would be great as Elton John.
I think so.
I mean, I'd love to see him up there singing. I guess that's why they call it the blues. Tell you something, man. Jessica drugged me to a Elton John concert, and I say drug because I wasn't that enthused on going. I left there with a completely different attitude on it.
St. John.
Hey, that guy was unbelievable. Unbelievable. It was a great concert. Band was great. He was great. Everything. It was great. I mean, it really was. I never knew that so many people knew all the words to his songs. I didn't know all of them, but the audience did, and I can tell you they were singing as loud as they could. So Diana Lachey, has it been found yet? If you're talking about the golden egg, as DJ puts it, no, it has not. Still out and about, still out to be found, still out for your perusal. So, keep hunting. Keep hunting. It's out there somewhere. Are you writing something over there that's...
No, I was just getting my totals right.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, I didn't, if I missed a pot splash, I didn't know I did. So I was just curious. How about King Kane's on it this morning? I mean, on it. Speaking of being on it this morning, being that it's Monday, Manic Monday, as we call it a lot of the time, and it's supposed to rain all day today, how does that impact, or do you still go to the spin classes that used to
I hadn't been in 6 months.
I know there at one time you were telling me that thing was kind of tough. Now, let me say, the reason I'm asking that question, have they started those things back yet at the Y? That was the reason I was asking.
I don't know if they've started back with that or not, to be perfectly honest with you. I know that the weight rooms are open and the exercise equipment is open. Some of the classes they were doing out under the pavilion earlier, those have since moved inside. So I would say yes, they were back doing it.
Okay.
The two things that the last that I'd heard, you couldn't play basketball and you couldn't swim.
Okay.
Everything else was a go.
Okay. Wow. I didn't know. I was just curious. Now, y'all did y'all start back was it this week y'all supposed to start playing games?
It's going to be next week.
Next week. Mm-hmm. So still practicing.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say probably not going to do much today.
Not going to do much this week, I don't think.
Yeah. Things going to be so wet, it'd be hard to do anything, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Going to be a washout.
Yeah. DJ can join us as Meatloaf. How about that? Yeah. McKinsley loves some Elton John. There you go. No problem, Diana. Good luck. Happy hunting. Ashley's going to dress as Cyndi Lauper. That'd be
Ashley is?
Well, that's what D-Tom just said. That'd be great. I can't wait to see that. And I want it to be in the girls just want to have fun get up from that video.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way to do it. The only way to do it. Actually, if you're going to do it that way. For sure. I was thinking about you over the weekend, DJ. All of a sudden, that song came on, and I said, wow. You got to love that, don't you?
You got to love it. You got to love it.
What do you say? That's good jam right there.
Good jam.
Is that not good jam?
That's the best.
I heard that over the weekend. I was sitting there thinking, I said, I know somebody that loves that jam right there.
I know it.
And I tell you, every time I hear that song, it just reminds me of the skating rink. I mean, it does.
Good jam.
Wheels and Thrills, the old skating rink over where the old James Brothers was. All that reminded me of that. So, listen, I don't know if I can wear a t-shirt and blue jeans and a bandana hanging out of the back pants pocket, but I'll get up there and try to sing some "Born in the USA." I wouldn't mind doing. You reckon the pigs would let me get up there and sing with them?
I bet they would.
I bet they would. I wonder if they let me get up there and play a musical number with them.
I bet they
Break
would.
a guitar out and play with them.
I think Cam's up for just about anything.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I'll tell you this. I might work better with Telluride.
I bet they'd have you too.
Yeah, my style might fit in a little better. I ain't sure. But I do know one thing. It's about that time.
We're off and running. Monday. It's going to be a wet one. Everybody be careful out and about.
We need a record driver.
We need a record driver. Come see us at the Ford store. We need a record driver ASAP.
Yes.
Appreciate you wasting some time with us today. If you have some more to waste tomorrow, we'll be back. Y'all have a good one. Be safe. Love y'all.